The winner of today's grand final will collect the richest prize ever in Australian women's bowling history. A cruise for two, cash and trophies worth more than $5,000 in the P&O Invitational. Canberra's Jenny Burton faces the Sydney star Cheryl Munson. Cheryl captured the Pin Action Magazine Ratings Award last year, in addition to the Gosford City Open and the New South Wales Open. She beat Ruth Gerster and World Cup champion Jeanette Baker in the Sunshine Special earlier this year. The right-hander has represented Australia in the Avon Queens tournament in Niagara Falls last year. We'll be back with the women and Jenny Burton of Canberra in against Cheryl Munson of Sydney. Big prize today. The winner gets $500, a P&O 13-night cruise on board their Canberra ship, and a trophy. $5,000 worth of prizes for the winner. And Jenny Burton opening up with a terrific strike. Let's have a look at that one. And Bob Cook, your comments on that strike by Jenny Burton.
A clench of teeth told it all. It was a perfect ball. Carried the 5-pin, hit light, ripped it to the left, and over all the 10 pins went. Great start.
Well, here's Cheryl Munson. Oh, and that was a good start. Let's have a look what happened there. She put it right in the pocket, and you can see the 2-pin jump over the top of the 4. Well, normally that would be a strike, and Cheryl will be a little disappointed with that result.
That's the result of a very strong ball. The ball ducked into the head pin and kicked it a little bit hard there. A good ball. Cheryl showing her disappointment from rolling such a good shot and only getting 8 pins. An aggressive start from both girls. Makings of a great match.
Yes, it certainly will be. And Cheryl Munson, the runner-up in our P&O Invitational last year, to the World Cup winner, Jeanette Baker, who was unavailable for this series. But Jenny Burton now, she opened up with 2 strikes in a row against Jill Coombs in our women's semi-final a couple of weeks ago, and she'll be hoping to do the same against the top seed, Cheryl Munson.
Oh, nice. No, nice release, got it out onto the lane, but got it out too far, didn't bring it into the pocket.
Yes, I thought it was a good release too, and just goes to show, Bob, that neither you or I can pick winners.
Cheryl now.
Yeah, Cheryl, a very high backswing, and a little bit too high that time.
A bit late on the ball, bounced it onto the approach, didn't get it clean.
Yes, that's the legacy of a very high backswing. Jenny Burton used to have a very high backswing like that, but she's been under coaching, travels to Sydney once a month for coaching, and she's slowed the game and changed her game completely in the last couple of months.
And showing that it's all helped. Yes. Cheryl's have a very good year, 1984.
Got a spare there too, and after the first frame, 4 pins the difference. Jenny Burton's way, 20 plays 16, and Jenny Burton locked in on lane 4. She was bowling quite well here in practice before the match started.
Interesting, Steve, both bowlers using wrist supports to keep their wrist firm.
Well, particularly for the women, they have slightly weaker wrists than the men, and they need that support, and that was a beautiful shot by Jenny Burton, a strike in the 3rd frame, 40 now in the 2nd frame for Jenny Burton.
If that's what the wrist support can do for you, I think I'll go and buy one.
Well, that backswing wasn't quite so high, but the ball failing to come up to the head pin for Cheryl.
Nice shot. She let it go before she followed it through. Imperative to get the ball following through with the arm in perfect timing. Cheryl was astray.
And Cheryl now with the 1-2-8 to go for, a difficult spare. It's the one that Jenny got in the 2nd frame. Let's see if Cheryl can spare it now. She's under pressure, 7 pins behind after 2 frames.
It's a good shot.
And she needed that spare and put the ball in the right place. She went to the left of the head pin and got that spare, and a great deal of pressure, I might add.
The crowd showing the appreciation. That's 3 spares in a row for Cheryl. Jenny has had 2 strikes out of her first 3 balls. Looking for another strike to make a double to get an early lead. Looks good.
Looks good. Yes, he's got it. And Cheryl Munson now, the top seed for the tournament, with an average of 193 in our special roll-off. In a little bit of trouble.
A great fighter, Cheryl. Never gives up. There's that concentration.
She's got a strike.
Not a good release. She wasn't happy with it. Did the ball cross the head pin?
No, one of the spectators moving around then when she was about to let the ball go, and it put her off a little bit, but she got a strike out of it. Bit of good fortune then.
Back with Jenny. Nothing can faze her at this stage of the game.
No, I've never seen her concentrate so well, but that one out the window.
Timing a little astray. It's easy to do under such pressure. It's a very important match.
14 pins ahead now for Jenny Burton, 67 in the third frame, 53 for Cheryl Munson. She's working on a strike.
Looking to regain her composure here. How does that
looks pretty good. Yes, let's have a look at that. She needed that one and she got it.
Good carry. Jenny now needs the spare. Yes, a good shot.
Well, these two ladies putting on a great exhibition for us. 87 for Jenny Burton in the third frame. Cheryl can be 83 if she gets a strike right now. That'll give her 3 strikes in a row.
A good shot there of Cheryl's bowling ball. It's a AMF Gold Angle. It's made out of a urethane substance, as opposed to the ball Jenny's using, which is a rubber ball. It's in the pocket.
Oh, yes, it was. And Cheryl's face then showing that it wasn't a strike.
Fraction high. Bad luck. Could have been a strike.
Well, 5 pins the difference, 82 to 87. And the leader is this girl on your screen, Jenny Burton, who I'm very impressed with. She's improved out of sight in this last year. And with strikes like that, I'm not surprised. She's going to keep that lead of at least 5 pins, and she's got a strike to make a little bit more out of.
The pressure, of course, keeps mounting in the one-game playoff when it's the final match. As each frame goes by, the pressure gets harder. Jenny's playing it very well.
Well, the loser of the match gets $800, but the first prize, with the value of the cruise and the cash and the trophy, worth $5,000, the biggest prize ever offered in women's 10-pin bowling in this country. Let's see how Jenny responds after that strike in the 6th frame.
Over the top of the ball. Just not coming from behind the ball with the fingers, and it didn't come up to the pocket. Cheryl now needing to come back, get into the game. She's not too far behind. Cannot afford a mistake. Ooh. And that's a good result. The ball was high, could have been a big split, but she's got 9 and not a difficult spare.
Well, Jenny has a difficult spare, this cluster of 3, and she's got it.
She played it well.
Yes, she came over the top of that ball purposely, I think, because that is a very missable spare, if that's a word. I miss it all the time, Bob. Nice push away there. The backswing not too high.
No problem.
And see the way the ball rolls. It's a much better roll when she doesn't get that backswing so high, and I'm sure Cheryl will like to watch this program and just see exactly what she does. In fact, she does videotape her games, I understand.
Yes, she does. She's learned a lot from her game in the last 2 years from videotape. It's a good medium for up-and-coming bowlers. It's over.
That's a strike.
Oh, a nice
6
break.
pins ahead.
A nice break. It wasn't where she wanted it to go, but she got the full count.
And she knew it.
A good time to happen.
We're in the 8th frame now, and Cheryl Munson has got to get a strike. Let's have a look at the height of the backswing.
It was nicely controlled. Oh, she didn't get the release right. Not happy with herself.
And she's losing a couple of pins here and there by virtue of these 8s and 7s and 6s that she's had at 139 as opposed to 147, and both of the girls have had only a double. But that's the value of getting 9s instead of 7s and 8s. You keep those couple of pins up your sleeve each time. 8 pins ahead.
Neither girl yet to open a frame.
Boy, she only just got that
was
one.
a close one, but they haven't spot on with their spares. This is a feature of Australian women's bowling. They're very accurate.
Yes, and a fitting grand final here, and Jenny just practicing the swing. She wants to get this one right. She's had strikes on the odd-numbered lane a number of times, but she hasn't struck on this lane for a few shots.
In the 9th frame, it'll be a perfect position.
Oh, she's released that beautifully. Oh, boy.
Dear.
Well, that was almost closed the gate for Jenny Burton. She really could have done with that one, so it's still anyone's game. 8 pins separating these two claimants.
Cheryl, a great fighter. She knows she must hit the pocket on this shot. Bad ball. Yes. Crossed it over. She's just not as accurate as normal.
And only 8, so she's lost another couple of pins. She's going to be around about 10 pins. In fact, she's exactly 10 pins behind with just the 10th frame to go. And, of course, she has to get this spare, which isn't too easy. Both of the bowlers been playing for 12 years, so they're very evenly matched.
Yes, and they only won their first tournaments in 1983, both of them.
Well, there's a spare, so it's setting up a great 10th frame, and I wonder who's going to get up first. It's Cheryl's option to get up first, but Jenny's going to jump in there and try and put the pressure fairly and squarely on Cheryl's shoulders. She didn't have to bowl first, did she?
No, but I think that's the order of the game, the pattern. So if you can get a strike in here...
It's just about all over if she gets it. Yes, and she's got it, and she rode it all the way back to the bench area. 187. It's not over yet. Cheryl Munson can still win.
Cheryl must match that strike now.
This one's got to be a strike. And she's got it, and what a strike it was. Let's have a look at that. And determination written all over her face. Well, now, Jenny needs another strike to absolutely shut the gate. This one's got to be a strike.
Can she do it?
No, it's still a chance for Cheryl. They can tie the game.
What a situation. Cheryl now has to get another strike.
Oh, a 4-pin, and boy, what a great effort that was. Well, that 4-pin has cost her a $4,200 difference. She'll remember that 4-pin for a long time.
She yelled no as soon as it hit. She knew it.
And there's a win for Canberra's Jenny Burton. 207, and what a happy girl she is. The Canberra public servant wins a P&O cruise, $500 cash and a trophy, and Cheryl Munson takes second place in our P&O Invitational worth $800. We'll be back with the presentation of the P&O Invitational tournament. And it's my great pleasure to give you the winner, Jenny Burton.
Thank you, Steve.
Nice bit of applause, Jenny, and you deserve every bit of it. It was an exciting game against Cheryl Munson. You had a 10-pin win and a couple of very good strikes. I think the one in the 4th frame that gave you a double was probably the key to the game. Do you think that?
Oh, yes, Steve. On the left lane, I was pretty relaxed and the ball was coming up to the pocket really nicely. And in that 4th frame, it was on the left lane, so I just bowled a really good shot and it was there for the double. So
you had a very good facial reaction to that. It looked like a strike from the moment you picked the ball up off the rack. Yes. And I guess the one that really set up the victory was that first ball strike in the 10th.
Yes, Steve. Again, that was on the left lane. And I thought, well, I'll get up and bowl the shot. Cheryl could have got up on the right lane, but I thought, well, I don't want to sit back and wait to see what she gets because it'll put more pressure on me.
Yes, so we speculated on that, incidentally.
Yes, I thought, well, I'll just get up there and I won't worry about getting a strike. I'll just think about bowling a good shot. And it was there, so I was really happy.
Well, that was quite a change, too, because that was the most confident I've ever seen you bowl, and I think it was a tremendous performance, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, to get the rest of your prizes, as well as that beautiful trophy, I'd like to introduce Ian Mitchell, the sales manager, ACT, for TAA. Ian?
Thank you very much, Steve, and congratulations, Jenny, on behalf of the sponsors. An exciting final, and in front of a home crowd, you did it very well. The sponsors would like to present you with your prize, which is a 13-night cruise on the luxury liner of the Canberra, leaving from Sydney for 2 people, and of course TAA will fly you to Sydney to take that particular prize. So congratulations very much, Jenny. And I mean, to enjoy your holiday, we'll give you $500 spending money as well. So
fantastic.
Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you very much.